Man, we sure have come a long ways. From small humble beginnings, starting out in this barren oceanscape, we've gradually grown into the tropical monster we call home today. It's been a bumpy ride for sure, and we've certainly endured some hardships along the way, mostly caused by these idiots' own stupidity. And of course, when I say mostly, I mean all and entirely. There's no reason for them to go into the ocean, never has been, never will be. That's absolutely all on them. I've made them roads to use, given them crisp, clean air to breathe. They don't need to go into the water, they're not fish. There's also no reason for them to get so attached to the ocean creepers either. Sure, they have the same appeal of cats, small, cute and violent, but I made them an entire platform full of wonderful animals to cuddle instead. Leave the creepers, don't touch them, just stay out of the bloody water. I really can't overstate just how much they don't need to, nor have to, at any point, enter the ocean. Stick to the paths, stay on land, remain safe. It's honestly just that f***ing simple. I've no idea where I was going with this. Something, so proud of these guys. Probably. Anyway, nostalgia trip over. Time to get these idiots busy. I've used that big old brain of mine to count that we only have 25 more buildings to upgrade to level 5, and that'll be paradise entirely maxed out and complete. Most of the builds we need to upgrade are the same ones from the previous episode, which if you haven't seen that episode yet, finish this one first, then go back and watch it. Give yourself some weird time travel spoilers. Also like both vids as well, that helps me out a ton, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, shameless plug over, back to it. Now, because I have way too much time on my hands, or probably because there's something wrong with me, I've actually gone around every build to upgrade and taken note of all of the building materials and quantities we're going to need for them. Feel free to judge me hard on this, as that's time I'll definitely never get back. But I wanted to give the colony as much of a head start to these upgrades as I could. I'll not bore you with all the details, but basically we need a shit ton of roof shingles and fences, which I have crafted, and they are currently stored within these backpacks, ready for the warehouse. 3,152 wheat extra flat shingles was the most requested item for anyone remotely interested and still listening. So to start things off, we are going to hook these backpacks up to the warehouse's storage, and I'm going to use some emeralds to increase the warehouse's overall storage, as we're certainly gonna need the space. Then we'll set these remaining builds for upgrade. This work order list looks pretty horrible. Oh, on the topic of horrible, this idiot here is wanting wither roses. 2 wither roses for his stupid level 5 enchanters upgrade. Fun fact, it took him several hours after the previous episode to finally complete the level 4 upgrade to it. The vast majority of that time was spent in the water, stuck under the platform of course, but knowing that the level 5 upgrade was yet another monstrous one to do, I did try to give him as much of a head start to it as I could, and 10% into it, 17% now, wow, he stops to ask for these stupid wither roses. So yeah, this is gonna be another long upgrade for this one, never mind the fact that I'm now also going to need to deal with a wither. Honestly, with the amount of time we waited on him finishing that upgrade, I had our other builders come out and decorate the colony a bit for us. I've decided to keep the covered road decorations to the back streets of the colony. We'll keep the main middle areas clear and open so we can still view all of these beauties unobstructed. The builders also planted some decorative palm trees as well, just to add more to the tropical vibe. Plus I wanted more coconut crabs. Catherine's gonna work her way through the production builds we have remaining. This idiot is going to eventually continue on with the Enchanter's Tower, and Clara will gradually work her way through the agricultural ones. Which for the herder platform actually, I found that it's the cowhand's hut which fills in the decoration for the middle part. So we'll upgrade the 4 other animal huts first, and leave the cowhand to last so they don't remove those decorations. Now as for us, because I do know what materials we're going to need for these builds already, we're gonna need to go adventuring for a bit. And it all starts with these bloody weather roses. This is going to get incredibly messy, incredibly quickly here. I already foresee it. But I will try summon this thing under some bedrock here within the end. Holy crap, how deep down does this go? Oh, that deep. I don't know if one block of bedrock will be enough to trap this thing. Also, far too impatient feeling today to really care either. Yep, I missed the bedrock there. Perfect. I think we'll maybe just quickly try spawning some chickens and get our weather roses out that way before all chaos is set loose here. Might be too late. Yep, we're off to a stellar start. Could we not, Enderman? Mr. Weather, please just assault a few chickens here. I would like some roses. Perfect. Oh well, task failed successfully, I suppose. Oh, and here, just for funsies, let's resummon Big Girl back into the world. I was gonna do this anyway, then leave, but now she'll have a wither for some company, or a snack. That's roses now botany potted, so you take a couple of them. The next obscure items on our list to get include a bell and deep slate diamond ore, which, hold on, I may have actually. Yeah, perfect, 4 of them. Okay, so a bell for this lot. And I've just thought of a place we can easily get one from. Yeah, in hindsight, summoning them both back in probably wasn't my best move, but here's our bell. Now, the only other items on that list which we might struggle with are torch flowers, which we were growing at some point. Okay, grand, the warehouse has a few stored actually. Muddy mangrove roots, which the farmer can craft. I can supply the roots. And framed tinted glass, which I can teach the recipe of to the glass blower, and again I can easily supply the amethyst required. I think that's about everything then. All we're waiting on now is for our builders to do the actual work. I do have a few unemployed citizens still, and a lot of buildings still to upgrade. Well, rather than waiting several hours on them completing them, I think I'm going to adopt a method creatively developed from my Genesis Revisited series to speed up this building process. Instant level 5 builders, baby. These guys will really help us through these remaining upgrades. Seeing as one of our proper builders is still stuck under a platform. We have Aline working on the level 5 upgrade to the hospital. She's pretty much getting everything in for it. Ingeber is working on the level 5 alchemist upgrade. This is the one that required the bell for it. Jopin, pretty sure you used to be a builder, is upgrading the forester to level 5. Pretty much has everything in for it already. This should be a pretty quick upgrade. Josiah is working on the level 5 crushers upgrade. Again, has everything in for it. Catherine has just finished with the level 5 mechanic. This idiot is now 60% done with the enchanter's tower, but has now gotten himself stuck in one of the towers. Clara is working on the level 5 upgrade to the shepherd's hut. She is assigned all of the buildings around here, but what I might do is assign some of our new builders to help out instead. Or better yet actually, seeing as Jopin is nearly finished with the forester's hut, let's maybe get him then moving on to do the flower shop upgrade. And Ingeber is slowly wrapping up with the alchemist, so we'll get her then moving on to do the composter. Still another 20 upgrades to go. 19 now. That was the alchemist just finishing off. Make that 18. There's the stonemason finished. Make that 17. There's the forester. Catherine has picked up the smeltery next. And this is where the diamond ore is required. Aline, you are not really getting on too well with the hospital upgrade. What's up? It looks as if she's getting in everything for it. But she's going on a cart ride instead, okay? Yeah, she's actually just doing laps around the colony here. She's not building at all. Literally just going around and around. Right, sorry little train and visitor. I will need to remove these rails here just to make sure she works. Oh, I also just hit a visitor there, didn't I? Uh-oh. It was kind of accidental. They were in the way, and there's really no need for you guys to attack me because, well, that's why. Hello. For God's sake, I don't need this. Josiah has just finished with the crusher, and Aline is now just stuck in a cart. Catherine is removing all of the covered road decoration that we spent ages putting in, and has just wrapped up with the level 5 smeltery. Clara has just finished with the level 5 shepherd's hut, and has moved on to the rabbit hutch upgrade next. Aline has managed to get unstuck from the cart, and is now 70% done with the level 5 hospital, with Ingebar finishing with the composter. I want my botany pot back, by the way. This idiot is now 96% done with the enchanter's tower, just currently stuck under a bush. Josiah is upgrading the concrete mixer and playing with coconut crabs. And Catherine has picked up the level 5 upgrade to the town hall. Now this is going to be an interesting one, and a crazy expensive one. Oh good, there's Aline just finished with the hospital, so maybe she can finally move on to something else, spending bloody ages on that. Yeah, the sifter works, why not? There's a torch flower required for it. I see a lot of coral materials required for the town hall upgrade, so I think what I'll do is give her all of those, seeing as we might have a couple to spare. How are our wheat shingles then looking? Yeah, we're definitely getting through them at some rate, which is good because that means progress. Down to only 12 upgrades remaining, which will be down to 11 once Jopin stops jumping up and down and just finishes off with the flower shop. Oh well, there's 11 anyway. Thank you, Josiah. Actually, Josiah, let's get you then coming out to upgrade the chicken farmer's hut. That'll help Clara out a bit, because she's still stuck in the middle of the rabbit hutch at the moment. I believe the sifter is just about to flag off as complete. There it is. And we can now also do diamond meshes. That is a blacksmith recipe. Nope, I was wrong about it. It's a mechanic recipe, which they already know. Perfect. And I guess that means you now don't have anything to do. Let's get you doing an animal one then. Better yet actually, let's get you upgrading the fisher's hut. Okay Jopin, you really need to stop bouncing now. Catherine is now 40% supplied for the level 5 town hall upgrade, but she still has quite a lot of items to go. This is the upgrade which finally gives the build the lighthouse decoration on top, and some glass on top here too, which I think are missing because of my shaders, but they'll be on it once she actually finishes off the upgrade. Damn, I think this is going to look hella nice once it's finished. This idiot is still stuck. Good to see. Oh, and we're back to that old trick then, are we? Incompetence absolutely everywhere. It's like being back at work. Oh, for f***'s sake. Jopin has finally stopped bouncing up and down and has finished with the flower shop. Ingeber has also finished with the glassblower's hut upgrade. There's those frame tinted glass blocks. And I think for safety we'll just keep the pool of lava removed from the build. She's moved on to upgrade the swineherder's hut to level 5 next, which is absolutely fine. There's where those muddy mangrove roots come into play. Oh, and there's Clara finished with the rabbit hutch. Excellent. With Aline just finishing with the fisher's hut. Even better. We now only have 6 upgrades remaining, which does include the town hall, and this one is definitely going to take a while. Not as long as this joke at least. We actually have 7 buildings remaining. I forgot to upgrade the mystical site, so Jopin will do that for us, and will probably end up roasting himself alive, no doubt. I know that Catherine's going to require in some waxed weather copper for the town hall upgrade. I have stuck a lot of oxidized copper into the warehouse, but I don't know if they can make the waxed version from those. Yes, the colony can, so the mechanic will turn it into weathered copper, and then it's just a simple case of teaching the stonemason how to wax it, which I will need to teach him that recipe. I'll go preemptively do that. I'm clearly doing really well here today with counting. I forgot about the dyer's hut. Let's get Josiah upgrading it, and the only reason that I remembered that we had to do that was because we have a recipe for a black candle to teach it. So yes, we have a few more buildings left to upgrade, but we are still making some decent progress. A short break later, and look, the lighthouse thingy Finally, we're nearly there, guys, we're nearly there. And you wanna know something even better? The Enchanter's Tower is now also complete. And all it took was an eternity, so fast. I've had a look inside to see where the wither roses came into play, and they're basically stored down here in the basement as decoration. Pointless decoration, I may add. Like, why does it have its own window? It literally looks out onto dirt. The f***. Oh, also, this idiot drowned shortly after finishing the build. Anywho, just 3 upgrades left. The Town Hall, the Cowhand, and the Graveyard, which I also totally didn't forget about. We don't really need any of these surplus builders anymore, I suppose. So be free, all of you. Go gallivant away, go pick up a job, go pet a creeper. Just get out of my sight, basically. Also, thank you very much, Aline. That leaves only 2 builds left to upgrade, and yet another idiot to then fire. As for these remaining 2 builders, well, just remaining builder now, let's get them set up for the final upgrade, which the colony can and is doing, to be fair, but I can always be a nuisance and get in the way anyway. And this should about do it then, more or less. The colony can handle that last item, and that's her now 100% supplied. Here comes in the lights and the glass for the lighthouse. Then it's just a case of getting the weathered copper roofing on top, looking pretty damn good. So all that now remains is the aquarium in the centre of it, which is slowly getting fleshed out. I believe we're doing a form of water sorting at the moment, hopefully the last water sorting that we'll ever need to do. And that's it. Our masterpiece, centerpiece. That's Paradise now complete. Our not so little tropical style colony is all grown up and looking so beautiful. Holy crap, man, what an accomplishment. There's really not much more to do in Paradise now. Yeah, we could decorate it a bit more, conduct some more researches within a university, maybe even build some more housing to increase our population some more, but honestly, I feel really good about leaving it as is. Call it quits before any more of these idiots drown, basically. Thank you all so very much for watching, especially to those of you who have stuck with us through our entire playthrough. This has been an incredibly fun, interesting colony to build. Certainly one of the prettiest ones that I've ever made. Not without its issues though, but definitely a unique colony. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next series.